Hey BC, it's Jeff here. It's Tuesday night. I thought I would do another video showing some of the recent finds that I picked up, slash also showing a couple of cool little things that I have in my collection. As you know, for those of you who have seen my previous videos, I've got a pretty assorted music collection of just a lot of various things, and a lot of it's been packed away, and I've been really inspired by your videos in the VC to kind of go through my storage and pull some of the cooler titles out and start displaying them, especially now that I have more shelves and a little bit more room to do so. So in just going through the boxes over the last couple days, I thought I would share with you a couple of things that I found. But I'm going to start with the new stuff that I picked up. What's playing right now is the Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix his estate just released the first three albums in mono on Legacy numbered vinyl on the Legacy label. It's playing right now. This is Are You Experienced? This is my favorite Hendrix album, and I've never heard it in vinyl, so I've always had them on cassette, CD, and vinyl. Very, very, very bad copies that I gave away when I sold a lot of my collection, but they were always in stereo, and I always found Hendrix stereo recordings to be very abrasive because of basically anything recorded before 1970, the hard pan between left and right stereo can be jarring sometimes, especially when you've got vocals on one side and guitar and drums coming out of another speaker. It can be difficult to listen to. What's interesting about the Hendrix is when I first played the mono, I was so shocked. It's actually a really cool alternate listening experience because, like I said, I've never heard Hendrix in mono before, and to hear everything coming down the middle is quite interesting. Now, in picking up the mono and doing a little bit of research, I actually ended up picking up, well, here, I'll show you the mono. Here it's numbered, this is number 2581, and it comes with a cool inner sleeve there. It sounds really, really good. Before I get into the other Hendrix Are You Experienced, I just want to show that I also picked up the Axis Bold as Love in mono as well. This one I prefer more than Are You Experienced. Although Are You Experienced is my favorite album, this in mono is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful artwork there. It's actually a gatefold with a cool gatefold there. And basically the cover, it's really cool because the album actually comes like this, with the opening slot here, but if you turn it this way, when the gatefold's open, you've got the full artwork, which is really, really beautiful. And let's see, just the album. The albums sound amazing. The pressing quality is really, really good. I believe these are 200 gram, pressed on 200 gram vinyl. Very, 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 very nice. They sound incredible, no pops or clicks, just really, really good quality. But because I never really picked up any of the reissued Hendrix on vinyl, buying the, oh, this is the inner sleeve. Buying the mono pressings, it actually led me to a reissue of the stereo pressing that came out in 2010 on Legacy, and these are incredible. So when I actually went back and listened to a real good stereo pressing, I actually prefer the stereo better. It's not as jarring as the CD. I think maybe that was the problem. My source was CDs, and I didn't enjoy them as much. This stereo pressing from 2010 is just fantastic. It comes with an 8-page booklet. Just full of really, really, really nice pictures. And for those of you who, you know, the thing with Hendrix is that it's very difficult, without spending a lot of money, to come across a real nice, clean pressing to enjoy the music. It's usually filled with pops and clicks and sizzles and stuff, and it kind of bothers me after a while because I just want to listen to the music. So, I mean, I got this at HMV for 15 bucks, and they're still selling the first 3 issues for $15 a piece. You buy 2, it's $25 for 2, and they're just tremendous sounding. They sound incredible. So I highly recommend that for those of you that are into Hendrix and looking for clean copies. Okay, next up is a reissue. This is Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. This sounds incredible. I love this album, and I have it on CD, but again, trying to find a version on vinyl is pretty hard. I mean, if it's in mint condition, it's going for way too much money, more than I want to spend, and or else if it's within my budget, it's really, really tattered and bad condition, and the vinyl is horrible. This is a beautiful repress. This was done by, I forget who put this out. I don't know if this is an RTI pressing, I'm not too sure, but it's a mono reissue, and it just sounds absolutely fantastic. It's a thick 180 gram vinyl. Picked this up at HMV as well for 15 bucks. Very, very happy with that. Next up is ACDC 74 Jailbreak. This is a Canadian pressing. Now, I don't have a lot of ACDC. I used to have a lot of ACDC on cassette, and of course I have ACDC on CD, but I didn't really have any ACDC on vinyl. And same thing with ACDC. I heard that the reissues weren't that great, so I didn't want to pick them up. HMV has them for 15 bucks a piece. But a couple of the stores that I've been hitting lately, they just don't have any of the earlier ACDC stuff on vinyl, and the stuff that is there is in really bad condition. So I was lucky. I was able to find 2. I mean, I would have loved to have found Back in Black, Highway to Hell, but these were in good condition. Really, really good condition. I was actually surprised, considering the age, how good they were. So I definitely picked these up. And I like this one. This one, I never heard this before. I mean, I heard Jailbreak, but I really like the blues feel of the other songs on the album. And I guess it's kind of like an EP, because there's only 5 songs on here. But happy to have it in the collection. Second ACDC is High Voltage. This is another Canadian pressing. This is an excellent to near mint condition. It sounds amazing. I have never heard this album before, apart from a couple of songs that were either on compilations or on live album. The live album that ACDC put out in the 90s. Very, very happy to have this, and I was shocked to find it in such great condition. Sounds good. Next up is 2 CDs that I picked up. I just couldn't pass them up for the price. I have never. This is Dream Theater's latest album, Dramatic Turn of Events. I have never been into Dream Theater. I actually saw them once live opening up for Iron Maiden on I forget what tour it was. It was a couple of years back, and you know, I don't know if it was the fact that I just wasn't in the mood for that style of music. I mean, it was cool to see Mike playing drums, the original drummer. But there was just something about the vocalist. I was just put off. I wasn't really into it, and I was really hyped up to see Maiden. But lately, with so many people talking about Dream Theater, like Images and Words, and how great they are, I decided to go out and pick up a Greatest Hits compilation to just try it out. And I have to say, I am a fan now. This is awesome. Now, I know that, I mean, they even called this Greatest Hit. Like, there was only one song that was a hit off Images and Words. The rest of this is all remix stuff and edits that a lot of the true fans are crying foul over. But I have to say, you know, go easy on them, because a compilation like this actually turned me onto the group, and now I'm actually going to go out and find other albums by them. I'm trying to find Images and Word on vinyl. I've got it on order. Hopefully that'll come in a couple of weeks. And then I picked up the new one. This is actually the deluxe edition with a DVD. Basically a documentary showing the drummers that were auditioning for the spot, and then them eventually picking Mike Mangiani. Fantastic documentary, very good. I think it's like an hour. Very, very interesting. Being a drummer myself, I really, really liked the process that it went through to audition all these guys from like basically all over the world. But this is an amazing album. I only have it to compare to the greatest hits. This is like a compilation from basically all their different songs from all their albums. I absolutely love it. It's divided into the light and the dark. The first CD being some of the darker, heavier stuff. Second CD being, I guess, what you would consider like ballads and more of the softer side of Dream Theater. But I'm converted, I'm a fan, I'm a believer, and actually I realize, when you're seeing a band live, it's not always easy to get into a band when you're not familiar with the songs, especially in a live setting where it's very loud, it's very difficult to make things out, and usually opening bands, the sound system, usually they're not using the full PA and it's not as clear as what you're going to get with the headliner. So it was kind of difficult for me to make songs out because I just wasn't familiar with anything. But after hearing studio versions of the songs, I think the vocalist is like a perfect fit for Dream Theater, and I've heard a lot of people compare him to he should be singing opera or doing plays or doing like theater production shows. But I can see why people would say that, but his tone and his range is a perfect fit for this music, and I can't wait to pick up more albums. But this shocked the hell out of me. I can't believe this did not hit my radar. This came out in 2011, and I could see it easily being a top album in 2011. It's fantastic. The production is top notch as well. So that's it for the new stuff. I haven't picked up that much. I've got a couple of things on order and a couple of things on hold that I'll be picking up this weekend. So I'll be sharing that with you guys in another video. But at this point, I thought I would share some of the things that I found and came across. And this is inspired partly by the people, some of your videos, the videos you guys are showing, posting like VHS tapes and cassettes. I can't believe you guys are collecting cassettes. I have a ton of cassettes in storage. I've got to go through them, and I'm thinking of maybe setting up a few trades with some of you. I don't want cassettes, but maybe we could trade some cassettes for vinyl. Anyways, this is a original release. I bought it the day it came out. Ozzy Osbourne VHS. I don't know if you could see that. This was from Live and Loud, a concert that he released in the 90s. And this is the limited edition speaker grade cover. Now I've got the VHS, and I've got, listen to that. That's metal. And it's made to look like a speaker grate with the little Ozzy logo there. And it's in this really cool black box, and the VHS fits inside. So I found this, and now I'm displaying that in my collection on one of my other shelves. It's just the coolest thing. I completely forgot I had this. And I also have the CD with the speaker grate, the double CD that came with the book and the tattoos. Actually, I should have showed that. Damn. Next time. Next up, with all the new, with the new releases that Iron Maiden did, I was going through my VHS, and this is actually something called The First 10 Years. I believe this came out in the late 80s, and it's just a compilation. I think a few interviews, but a majority of their videos. Now, I actually paid $25 for this. I'm just seeing the sticker price. $25 for a VHS. This is unbelievable. I can't believe it. That's cool. Next one up is, now I should have shown this, completely didn't even think about it, but I should have showed this when I showed the DVD, because the DVD that I showed in my last video, the Made in England 88, is actually a re-release on DVD for the first time of this show, Made in England. And this is the original VHS that I bought in stores when it came out of that show on VHS tape. And I completely forgot that I had all this stuff. It's unbelievable. I wore this out. I watched this so much. And this is what I was talking about, the original cover, Eddie on the motorbike. It would have been cool if they would have incorporated, this cover on the vinyl and the DVD, but at least they got it in the booklet, picture in the booklet, and on the picture disc itself, because it really is cool art. Okay, next up is, I got 3 books here. This is an old book that I got I think this came out in '92, somewhere around there, during the Black Album. This is like a Metallica book, and it's just basically like a biography. There's a cool picture of Cliff right there, and it just basically talks about the history of the band from the beginning up until the Black Album. And I mean, it even covers the time where Dave Mustaine was the guitar player in Metallica. There's a really cool picture of Dave there tuning up. So I thought that was cool. I'm gonna keep that. This is something else that completely shocked me, and boy, did it bring back a lot of memories. This is an old, I mean, look how beat up this is. This is an old Motley Crue book that I got when I was, this must have been 82, 83. I mean, I must have been 11 years old. It's just covering the Shout at the Devil period of the band. This is such a cool book. I completely forgot that I had this, and a really nice collectible, because I mean, you can't, I tried finding one on eBay and I couldn't even find one on eBay. Just the coolest shots. I'm trying to find, there's some cool color ones of Vince. Big Mars. The Shout at the Devil period of Motley Crue is some of the best. I mean, visually the band was on fire. It just looked amazing. I'll never forget when I got Shout at the Devil for Easter from my mom, and I opened up that gatefold and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I had never seen anything like it. It was just awesome. I wasn't sure if they were women or men. It was just crazy. So I was actually really happy to find this stacked away in a box, and it immediately brings me back to my childhood. Very cool picture right there. I remember when this was in Hit Parader magazine. I remember this photo shoot, and I mean, it was in Circus magazine, Hit Parader. It just, look at the boots there. I mean, they kind of ripped off Kiss a bit with that, but I just couldn't believe it. As an 11-year-old, I was really, they made a big impression on me. So that's Motley Crue. And so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my quick little video. I'll be making another one once I get the stuff in the mail and the other items that I put on hold. I'll be making another one. And I think I'll do that. I'll end the video with like little tidbits in my collection that I'm finding now as I'm going through all these boxes that have been in storage for years. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please comment at the end. I really like to hear from you guys and hear what you think about what I'm showing, what you'd like to see maybe, if you have any questions. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Bye.